Hello everyone, I am Defudge3004. Welcome back to the channel. I would like to welcome you to Star Rupture. So one of my Steam friends gifted me this game recently, and so thank you very much for that. I do really appreciate that. It seems like a fun game. I have played the tutorial, and that's all that I have done. So I want to go over that with you so you can see it, so you can see what the game may be about. I haven't done anything really much past the tutorial. I went a little bit in the area past, and that was it. I didn't do anything because I wanted to do it with you. So let's go ahead. We'll start up a new game, and then we are just going to go ahead and do our name. There we go, Defudge3004, single player. There is friends only and there's invite only. We're just going to do single player. We're not going to skip the tutorial, and we're just going to go ahead and start the game. Alright, so you have 4 different characters that you can start with: biologist, scientist, engineer, and a soldier. And I have done the engineer, so I'm going to just go ahead and select that again, and we're just going to go ahead and start this.
What the...
Please don't move. I want to run a holistic scan. Commencing holistic scan. Life vitals normal. Prisoner E4101. Welcome to the Argos program. Your adventure with the Clade Corporation begins right now. Hello, I am Gal, your Galactic Assistance Liaison. The Claywood Corporation would like to apologize for any inconvenience you may have experienced. You can now exit the lander and begin your introductory training.
Right away? No breakfast or coffee? You're not much different from the colony overseers.
I'm going to turn the voice down a little bit so that way it's not like overwhelming. Alright, so I did turn the voice down. Hopefully it won't be so overwhelming. So you start in a pod, apparently. So this is pretty cool. We came out of this door here when they did the holistic scan, and now there is a couple of things that we can do. There is a couple of chests. F to take all.
Oh, gotcha.
And then over here, there's another one. So we'll just again press F to take all. And I have done a little bit, like I've said. I've only done the tutorial. So, you know, I haven't done much more than that. So I really don't know what's going on beyond that. I do know a little bit about the game. It's kind of hard to avoid when it's all over YouTube right now. So this is an item printer, and the only thing we'll be able to do is the basic building materials, and that's it. Until we start getting things going, which we'll go over after a little bit. And then of course there is a little thing here, and if you would like to read this, you can pause the video and you can check this out. Basically the mission to extract, process, automate, and ship the resources required to Earth. And then we get a reward for doing all of this stuff, and basically that's what they say. So we have a fresh start. It is very much like Planet Crafter in that you were chosen for a reason. Each of you has unique talents, because there's a bunch of people here. You'll find out about that in a little bit. While your past may have been difficult, Claywood Corporation offers you a chance for redemption and a fresh start, much like on Planet Crafter. And this game is very much like the Satisfactory. It has a lot of Satisfactory vibes to it. Let's go ahead and go out this airlock, and then this is a lander that we crashed in.
Welcome to Arcadia 7 in the Rupture system. The goal of this training is to teach you to effectively acquire and produce goods for our clients. However, we'll begin with something simpler. Arcadia is often bombarded by meteorites, which are rich in resources. You have been equipped with a tool to acquire them. Use it to extract what's most valuable in the meteorite.
Alright, so she said something about a tool. If you just scroll with your mouse, you bring up a tool here. And that's kind of interesting. So she said something about a meteorite. And when I first started, I was like, meteorite. What meteorite are you talking about? You just got to come up over this hill and there's a meteorite. There is a big thing out there. I don't know what that is. I don't know if we can get to it. I'm assuming that we can, but I really don't know because I haven't done a lot with it. And for normal things, once you fire with the left mouse button, it just does like a stream like that. I don't think there's a way to change ways to, you know, you can change for different things. As far as I know, there is not. But when you're looking at ores, it will come up with a new thing. At the end of the weapon, it goes up and down depending on if it's an ore that you can get or not. So it can do that for any of the stuff here that it will detect. There are places out there and stuff, so we found the meteorite, and there's all kinds of things to do. I have seen some about it. I do know a few things about it, but again, I haven't gone very far. So if you want to put your gun away, hold down R, and that'll drop the gun, and then you can just scroll again. There is food in the game, and there is water.
Come to mama.
But you can't really drink this water that I know of, so you just have to go around and gather a bit of this. There is an inventory right here, and I think it can be expanded by, you know, it's kind of satisfactory vibe-like. So there is that, and that is, of course, our character right there, so that's who she is. And there's all kinds of, well, there's 2 different foods, 3, I guess, different foods in the beginning area. I don't know what beyond that. And this is a polyfruit, and I didn't look at the name of the other one. Just kind of forgot to. This is a hydro bulb. I did see that, I just forgot. So this is very interesting. It is a very unique game. Again, it is satisfactory-like, and I really kind of think it's pretty cool. I do know it will be getting hard. From what I have seen not full videos, but enough to gather what is going on, and it's gonna get tough. But that's alright. I don't know what this is. I don't think I came over here at all. Oh, per plant. Oh, that's funny.
Pretty little mushroom.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Or ruins your kidneys. We won't know until you try it.
Okay, I did not know this purple plant was here. That's something that I did miss, and so I have been trying to get this recorded and just keep on running into issues, not liking the way it's recording and all that, so I am doing this one. This will be hopefully the best one. Okay, per plant. I did not even know about that one. Eat to gain effect. Removes 40 toxicity. Removes all positive effect. Oh, yay. Okay. Not the best plant to be eating, I guess, so you really probably don't want to eat it, but it does remove toxicity. These plants look like grain. You cannot pick them up at all, so I thought that was interesting. And this is the meteorite that she was talking about. Now, there's a couple of ways to get these meteorites. You can just drill into it like this, and it's going to do okay. But, let me go and hit T. That is the light. If you look at it, you can see that there's different colored things. Like right up there's a little whitish area. And it makes that drop quite a bit faster. Okay. And then there's a hole there. And then there's another white area here. And then there's another one over here. There are different colors on here. And there's a purple one down there. So it's like we got some calcium and some titanium. And then this one is helium. There's a couple of those on here. Once you destroy all of these colored nodes, something will happen. And I'll show you that here in a quick second. And it should be right after we get this piece right here. Okay, there we go. So we got a meteor heart down at the very bottom on the right and the middle. So there is a meteor heart, and you get that if you destroy it the easy way. The hard way is just to go over to the meteorite and just grind at it, and it will eventually go away. But it does heat up your gun, and this is your mining weapon, and you can see there are yellow lines on it, and every time you use it, it gets a little bit warm. If you wait long enough, apparently from what I saw, then it will actually drop the temperature, and then you can use it for a longer time. But it takes like I don't know, probably 30 seconds or so to drop. So you can see it takes longer if you know, don't hit the right areas, but it always gets meteorites. And then you have little ones like these. So these guys are everywhere. And I'll go and show you what happens once this thing gets hot. So we'll just mine a few of these, try to get these. Here are some more star tiers. We'll look at that in a minute. The gun's going to be getting very hot here in a quick minute, so we'll just go ahead and do that. We should be able to find another piece, and if not, then we'll just come over to this and start mining this. Okay, once the gun does, then it waits, and those lines go back down on the right, and then the gun cools down and you can use it for a while. So if you do it for a little bit and you mine a couple of pieces and then you wait, then those green lines and turning red will go away, and then you can start over. So just to keep that in mind, you do not have to constantly mine. And here's some more of those star tiers. So those star tiers, eat to gain effect, heals 20 health points, gain 5 toxicity. So that's not the best. And this hydro bowl, of course, hydro. So gain 15 hydration, and these ones here, polyfruit, gain 11 calories. So you do have to watch out. You do have your shield and your health, and then you have food and water, basically. So that is what there is. And again, playing the tutorial, this will take a little bit to get through. This might be a 2-part episode, just so that you know, because there is quite a bit to learn. We're just going to gather up all of this stuff for one thing. And right now, if you try to go too far, you will be stopped, because this is just a tutorial to teach you how to play the game. And here in just a tiny little bit, go ahead and show you real quick. I was a little surprised. Okay.
Location barrier activated.
What?
Letting you out onto the dangerous planet without completing introductory training would be too risky for this investment.
Investment?
I meant our investment into your safety. The Claywood Corporation cares about you.
Uh-huh. So there is a barrier. It is all the way around. You cannot get out of the barrier until you finish the tutorial. So that was there, and I was a little surprised. The barrier did remind me of earlier on Imperion.
Activated.
They had a barrier like this on Imperion, but that was in, you know, when it was still early access and stuff, and you couldn't go past it. But, you know, obviously that was taken down later. But I just thought that was an interesting comparison. So we need to go equip the building tool, which is B, just like Satisfactory, and make the base core. Select it from the menu and then place the base core to set up the central point of your base. I did see about how to set up a base and things that, you know, you will need to know, so I'm going to show you that just so you do know. Don't bother trying to mine these. If it doesn't have that where it raises up, you cannot mine it. So just so that you know, just be aware of that. There's not a lot here. There are a few things, so, you know, we gathered up most of what we could. Yeah, we're gonna try to see if we can get that meteorite over there before we start building the little bit of the base that we can, and I think we can get that meteorite if I remember correctly. So let me know what you think about this. Do you like the scenery? I really do. I think it's really quite nice. It has some interesting things with it, like a very ruined planet is what it looks like. And again, it's a Satisfactory written all over it, you know, from what you can even see right now. So the gun is already cooled down, or the mining weapon, I guess, is already cooled down. And this is helium. I always thought it was just a gas, but apparently it's also a solid. So we can not go a little bit further past that, but we'll just go ahead and gather up this. And again, if you do that, that's okay. You can just mine like on right here, but it will take a longer time to get rid of the meteorite. So we'll just take the easy stuff to make this go faster, and then we'll get a meteorite heart really easy. And it doesn't really heat up the gun that much, just so that you know, it's an easier way to do it. Because I probably would. I think I did mine it the first time and was like, what the heck? This thing takes forever. So, just so that you are aware. Now, we can build stuff from our inventory, just like on Satisfactory. We don't necessarily have like a build gun per se, but we can build stuff from our inventory. Down in the middle is our sprint, or our energy, our stamina that we have. So that is something different. And we do have to watch our food and water, of course, like I mentioned before. Alright, let's go ahead and go to B. And this is going to be the base core that we have right here. So we can have a favorite, I guess. I haven't done any favorites, but we can go ahead and get this. So we're going to select this. And there is something with this base core. And I'll go and show you. If you look out there, there's that blue line moving back and forth that you can see out there. You do need to be aware of that because it's going to make, apparently, from my understanding, a bit of a difference. And where that red is out there to the left of this hologram, apparently you cannot build in that area. So what I'm thinking is maybe build like the base thing up here, the base core, so that way, you know, we can actually do some things. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. You can raise it up, but you can only raise it up so much for it just doesn't touch the ground. So I'm just going to go and take this guy down to about there. And you also need to watch out all the way around because it is a long ways over, and you can see these little flame looking things right here. So this is going to show you where the mining things are. So we should be safe placing the core out here. And of course, depending on where you have it in the ground, if it's yellow, it'll have that yellow ring. If it's blue, it'll have the blue ring, and red, it'll have that red ring. So just so that you're aware, you can see about what's going on. We should be okay having that out here. I am going to stick that up right about here or so and put that guy up on a little bit higher ground. That way we can, you know, build up to it if need be. Let's just go ahead and do that and put that guy in.
You'll need building materials to build the rest of the base. You can create them with the printer in your lander, but gather the necessary components first. Use the harvester to extract them, just like you did with the meteorite.
Okay, so this is a harvester, apparently, so that's how we get things. Now, I do know what a couple of these things are. As I said, I played the tutorial, so I did get used to it. This, of course, are nodes that can be mined forever, just like Satisfactory. This is titanium. I like the sound it makes. It has a metallic sound when you walk across it. So we're going to have to get 12 titanium ore. So let's just go ahead and start mining this.
I gotta admit, working here seems a lot better than at the penal colony. We definitely have better equipment.
The Claywood Corporation spares no expense to ensure its workers have access to the best possible equipment.
The view isn't bad either. I got used to seeing only gray rocks against a dark sky.
We're glad you like it. Arcadia can be beautiful compared to other celestial bodies.
Though I have this nagging feeling I'll regret saying that.
I am unable to predict your feelings, but if I can give you some advice, I suggest enjoying the moment while it lasts.
So that is something that you do need to know. It's not called Star Rupture for no reason. So just so that you know, I'm sure you're aware of what's going to happen. So this is wolfram right here that we need, and that's also wolfram down there. This here doesn't do anything because it doesn't make that sound, so don't bother mining that. And again, they're endless sources. This here appears to be endless too, but it's a little bit different. It doesn't break down like it does on Satisfactory when you can make that tall piece go away. We're going to have to gather up 12 of these also, and then we can make some other parts. Okay, we're just about ready to gather up the last piece. Okay, cool. We got that, and then we can go to the basic item printer in the lander and create basic building materials. So let's get back up there to the lander, and we'll see about doing that. Alright, now that we're inside the lander, let's go and put our weapon away, and we'll come up to the basic item printer, and then basic building materials. So this is not in right now, the 100, because I don't know why. The max we can do 48. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and do 10, and we get 10 of those for every one. So one would be 10, 10 would be 100. Let's go and do that, and it automatically gives us 100. Let's go ahead and do a
now,
bit.
Build the habitat that will protect your sleeve from Arcadia's dangers. Remember that your body is also a Claywood corporate investment, so it would be good to create a comfortable place for it.
So a habitat that we can rest our sleeve, huh? So basically, we are called a sleeve, apparently. Run using left shift. Yes, most games are like that. Thank you very much. So we need to probably have a little bit of water, so let's just go ahead and use that. Right click on
I
it.
advise caution. The fruit on Arcadia can alleviate hunger, but putting unknown things into one's mouth is rarely beneficial to the individual. Though, of course, it was beneficial to the development of civilization. Although this fruit is edible, that won't always be the case.
Yeah, we just got told to quit putting things in our mouth. There are a couple of ways that you can do this, and one of the ways that I saw recommended was to attach things to the base core. So once you press tab, you'll have your things here, or the B menu, I mean. You have these things here, and then you can have a bunch of things down this side. So let's go ahead and go to here, and this is a habitat. There's a habitat module and a basic item printer. Let's go and do the habitat first, and then we're just going to attach him right to the side of there, and then that way he can be about the same height. So we'll just raise it up a little bit. We're just going to put it right up next to there. That way he is touching there, and that should be good. Okay. Now that we got that, we can put in more, of course. You can stack them. You can put them next to each other. So yes, you can do just like Satisfactory and stack them, but you need ladders. Let's go and go back to B, and we need to put in an airlock, which is this here. So this takes 20, this takes 10 of those pieces. So we're just going to do that.
Now that you have your shelter, build a printer inside it. That way, you will always have it nearby, thus optimizing your work.
Okay, so to get up on that front there, we need stairs, but we will get that a little bit later. So let's just go in and go into here. So this is our little habitat. We don't have exactly a lot here. It's just a room. Let's go ahead and go back to B, and let's go ahead and go to the basic item printer. Now, it has to go on the floor anywhere, or it can go into a corner or whatever, but it just has to go, you know, something like that. I'm just going to stick that guy right over there, and so he's facing towards you.
Great. Now build a corporate terminal. That will allow you to complete assignments for different companies, which will, in turn, give you access to new buildings.
Alright, let's go ahead and go to here. So, we still do have some of these pieces. Let's just go ahead and do this, and we're just going to do 10 more. Now, we can't build any more because we don't have enough wolfram. Not that we can't get any more. We can. It's really easy. So, let's go ahead and go to B, and then we are going to do a corporate terminal, which is going to take 100 of those. And we happen to have 350 on us, so that's actually really good. And then we will put this guy in. I am going to stick him here. You can put him on the ceiling, so that way it's like a TV screen that you can go up to. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and have him along this wall, because I doubt that I'm going to do anything over on this area. So let's just slap him in. Okay. Now, we have that done. Let's go ahead and go up to this terminal. Use the corporate terminal to claim level 1 rewards. Press E, and then we click on this, and we're going to get a little bit of whatever that is. So, we need that. What is that? Claim level 1. So, we're just going to go and do that.
First reward was free, but you'll have to work for the next one. Send us some titanium.
How am I supposed to send what I've gathered back to Earth?
The same way you got here, but in reverse. Look up at the sky. Once you build an orbital cargo launcher, it will send supplies right through that rift. It will cover light years in seconds.
Okay, this is kind of the part where I had a little bit of a challenge, which is why I built that quite a ways back there, because I had to try to figure out how did this game worked, and I didn't really see a little bit of tutorial, not much, on how to do things. I kind of learned by doing, so in any case, oh look, some more of those star tiers. Nice. That star tier does not go anywhere. It cannot be moved or anything, and it looks like it's still there, but it's not for whatever reason. It's a little glitch or something. So we need to do some titanium, but right now what we need to do is build an orbital launcher and then build a power supply for the orbital launcher, orbital cargo launcher, OCL, and then select a commission in the OCL. So we're just going to go ahead and do this. We will go down, let me see. Item printer, there's a viewport, so it's a window basically, and then there is a orbital cargo launcher, which is 120. Let's just go ahead and see if we can build that. And this guy is going to be something that's going to launch things. Now you want to place this somewhere where you're going to be able to access it. For one thing, you see that yellow on there? You're going to attach pieces to that so that you can do things with it. And we'll go over that in a quick minute. We're just going to go back to B for right now, and we're going to do solar power. So this is a solar power generator. Creates energy using photovoltaic cells. Just go ahead and drop that guy down one, so that way he's right up against there. And there we go. So this takes 40 each. We have 210, but we need to conserve a little bit. We will build a second one just to make sure. Yeah, we can get Wolfram really easy. It's not a big deal. Now that we have that, let's go back to V and okay. Orbital cargo launcher. We still need to build that, and we can also put in a viewport if we need to or want to. So we just need to get this guy going, and he can be out here a little ways, which is perfectly fine. He isn't going to have power, but that's a-okay. So let me just stick him maybe right about here. And if you want to turn things, I do believe it is press R, and you can rotate him whichever way you need to, 4 different ways. I am just going to turn him right there like that for right now. And I think I'm just going to stick him over here on this side and just drop him down a little ways. Okay, every connection transfers power. To transfer power between buildings, connect them with their platforms. That's one way to do it. There is another way to do it, which I'll show you that after a little while. And buildings can be connected directly or by using additional platforms. So directly, they can be right next to it, or you can do it with platforms. Each element conducts power. So, you know, once you hook things up, it'll be just fine. Connections work across multiple elevation levels. As long as you see the appropriate indicator, power will be transmitted. Alright, now, this thing, of course, needs to be raised up if we were going to do it, but we don't have enough resources. Let's go ahead and go back to here, and we are going to... Let me see, where is that at? There we go. There's platforms. Supported platforms, regular platforms. Here's the stairs. So now we can go in and put in some stairs here, and then we'll actually be able to get in. Do one there, and then we'll do a second one right there. So now we're going to be able to get in there a lot easier. Sweet. Now that we have that, we can go ahead and go back to here, and we can begin putting in a platform. We're just going to take this platform from here. And I know there's a way to make it do the line, but there's a way to like make it extend it out, but I don't know or don't remember how to do it. So we're just going to go ahead and do it like this. We will probably have to extend it up a little bit, but we will see. So if I do height. Okay, there we go. So it requires connection to a platform. And because we have that, I don't know if we're going to be able to connect that or not. We might have to... I don't think it'll connect up to the stairs or anything. So, let me see if I can make this work. What I'm going to have to do is take all this out, and it's the same thing as Satisfactory. Press F, And then you can get rid of stuff. I'm going to make it up with that level so that I have that. So let me get this done, and then I will put it in again, and we'll see if we can make this better. So when you put things in with these platforms, they're going to make a sparking sound, which is what it did on the first one. So I'm just going to go and take this guy over here and start building him. Then I'll get in that orbital cargo launcher. One more should do it. Building is not stable. When that happens, you can go to here and you can have a supporter platform. And then you can put him in right next to there. And then you connect that. And then there's a good stable way for it to be. And then we can come up to here and we can go and put in the orbital cargo launcher. Now that guy will be level and it will have power. And I'm going to make him actually turn like that towards us. Okay. Alright, now that we have that, select commission in the OCL. So we got to get up on there. Come over to here. Maybe we'll go and see about putting in a couple of more of those, so that we have a way to get over there. So that was the sparking that I was talking about. So, and in here, come up to here, and then there's other places that we can go to. So we're just going to go training program, and we are going to go ahead and select titanium ore. Okay. Supply the OCL with the required items. So let's just go ahead and we are going to split this. I think we need 5. So I guess we'll just go and take that down to 5. Okay, and then we'll put that in there.
As soon as we get the package, your reputation will increase, which will unlock new schematics for you.
And then that goes up and just delivers it to Earth. Once that gets to 5, then we'll have a new level.
The shipment has arrived. You've just proven you're useful, which means the corporation trusts you a little bit more. You've acquired new schematics. Go ahead, claim your reward.
Well, we probably won't get too terribly much further because it's going to take a little bit to get through things, but we will go and claim another reward. So we'll come into here, training program, a level 2. Let's go ahead and click on it, and now we're going to get an ore excavator, a rail support, and rail connector, and then we'll be able to get an analyzing station at level 3. So let's just go and claim that.
Just unlocked new building schematics for you. Can you guess what they're for?
I used these machines on Mars. The rails are for drones that will carry resources between buildings. As for the ore excavator, I refuse to say what it does. I have many years of mining experience.
Lack of knowledge is nothing to be embarrassed about. The ore excavator excavates ores.
You don't say. That explains everything.
I'm glad I could help.
She's a little snarky too, I do notice. So now we have some stuff in here, some new things. There's the ore excavator. We're gonna have to get some more titanium and different things to be able to get that, so we got to go mine some more. And then we do have this. Let me go ahead and put in a window. We should have enough stuff. I am gonna put that in. Let me see, I want to go outside and make sure that I look. So you can't actually go outside because I don't want to be looking at a rock if I can help it. That should work, I think. I think that should be good enough. So yeah, we'll just go and put that on the side. And I think that should be good. Okay, so now that we have that, we can have windows and we can actually look out and stuff. And you can put them all the way around if you want to. It's just a way to look out to see what is going on. And now we can put in an ore excavator and then connect the excavator to the OCL using the drone rails. Kind of like the rails for the trains on Satisfactory. Provide enough power for your buildings and select a commission. So we're going to do that soon. We'll probably do that next time because that's going to take a little bit of work to do. And there's a reason why I face that way, because this is the only way that we're going to be able to make things work. And I'll show you that after we do the next episode. And it would seem like every time you put in the building the first time, there's always this pile of dirt for some reason. And then after a while, after a while, it will disappear. Just so that you know it's there, and then after a while it's gone. I don't know why it does that, but it does. So this is Star Rupture. Thank you for joining me here. And if you've enjoyed this episode, drop a like in the video. We will continue this tutorial. We are about halfway done with the tutorial. And then we'll be able to go out and do more things. And it's going to get hard pretty quick from my understanding, but I don't know. I haven't made up to that point. I want to do that with you so I can fail dramatically in front of you. In any case, this should be a lot of fun, and I think the game is actually going to be really good. So hopefully this will work out. This game is in early access, just so you know. It's $20, so if you are interested in it, it doesn't really cost very much, and we will continue to do things the next time. You have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.